Hello, this is the 15th issue of Catch of the Day, available on the Branch Talk YouTube channel. Today we are going to continue with the reading of Holy Cow, Holy Dung by Doug Mitchell. Page 10, starting at the top. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little. For with stammering, repetitive lips and another tongue will he speak to this people, to whom he said, This is the rest wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest. And this is the refreshing, yet they would not hear. But the word of the Lord was unto them precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little, that they might go and fall backward, and be broken and snared and taken. Brackets added. In Ezekiel 4, Ezekiel represents those who have been weaned from the milk and drawn from the breasts, those who can take strong meat. That strong meat includes the reality that God was only going to feed his people with a measured amount of food, and at certain intervals, precept upon precept. Precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little. And that because of this, things were to be expressed with less than perfect understanding, consequently making it necessary for them to be, from time to time, exchanging truth for error. This is also revealed in Ezekiel 4, 10 and 11. And thy meat, which thou shalt eat, shall be by weight, 20 shekels a day. From time to time shalt thou eat it. Thou shalt drink also water by measure, the 6th part of an hin. From time to time shalt thou drink. The first angel's message, in a new light. The phenomenon of God's people proclaiming erroneous conclusions while they are experiencing a partial unrolling of the scroll of prophetic truth, being fed in measured amounts of food and drink, and how unaccepted errors are to test the people, God's people, at the time they are made, and later for those who are brought to a realization of the errors when the scroll unrolls further, may be also understood by looking at Revelation 10, 8 to 11, as it applies historically in the beginning of the Advent movement. And the voice which I heard from heaven spake unto me again, and said, Go and take the little book which is open in the hand of the angel, which standeth upon the sea and upon the earth. And I went unto the angel, and said unto him, Give me the little book. And he said unto me, Take it, and eat it up, and it shall make thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand, and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. And he said unto me, Thou must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings. Adventists correctly understand this as depicting their early experience of proclaiming the cleansing of the sanctuary in 1844, but later realizing that their ideas of what was meant by the word sanctuary, its cleansing, and their work at that time involving Christ's second coming was in error. The end of the time period, the 2300 years, was correct, but their understanding of the events and their understanding of their work was shown to be somewhat erroneous after the scroll had further unrolled and they understood the above quoted scripture. That is, they at first thought their work for the world and the churches was finished. But when the scroll unrolled further, they had to pass off that heaven allowed error. William Miller's mistake about the meaning of the word sanctuary could be correctly viewed as being baked on cow's dung, which affected the pureness of the food doctrine. Nevertheless, God used those things which the leaders of the Advent movement were teaching to bring about his will for those times. But those who were not discriminating in what they ate were given the unholy man's dung, upon which to bake their bread. That is, they clung to their mistaken theories, and used them to prepare their spiritual bread, ending up with polluted bread which was unpalatable. If William Miller had come declaring that Jesus was about to enter the most holy place of the heavenly sanctuary to review the records of the dead and of the living, how many would have listened? But as he taught that the cleansing of the sanctuary was the second coming of Christ to cleanse the earth, many listened. Is God's method of seemingly tricking his people into responding a certain way to be looked upon negatively? Certainly not. He has to reach us where we are. Thank you for listening. Good day.